Will Coffee plan to make some micromanaging ability in the game? For example, FicsIt-Networks mod enables micromanaging. We were thinking of doing something like that for a while, and then we keep going back and forth. That's like, but the complexity though, because our game is quite complex for a lot of, like, we want the game to be quite accessible, and if we add like a system like that, we would want it to be like an optional thing, right? Where you don't really need to do it. And then it comes back to the whole prioritization thing where like, but if we're adding like an optional system for the game, we have a ton of stuff that are not optional to the game that we need to work on. So like, it goes back to the whole thing I talked about before. Like, would you rather have better pathing for trains or like that micromanagement ability, right? So it goes back and forth a lot. I just want to really quickly call out, like, the Fix-It Network mod is amazing. And if anyone is interested in something like that, please check it out. It's so cool. My mind was blown 40,000 times when I was checking that. Half train walls of gas. My blind was so blown when I was checking out the Fix-It Network mod. It's so cool. It is quite complex, and it's not for the faint of heart. And like, it almost, I think it requires programming knowledge. But it's such a cool mod, and I've seen so many cool things be made with it. So highly recommend checking it out. And I feel like that mod sort of fills that space in that sense. Yeah, like the so many things in the game are simplified, and then but the overall game is still quite complex, and like that's sort of the balance we want to strike. Strike that balance. Snut's brain was running like Anders' game when using that mod. Pretty much, yeah. I was just like, got like 4 FPS out of my head. You need to know Lua. I think he was working on a visual scripting language for that mod. But yeah, it's true. And it's like, where do we draw the line? Like, when it's complicated and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, it's a cool mod.